Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Algonquin Regional High School in Northborough, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls rugby contest between the hosting Algonquin Titans and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Our Wi-Fi connection, unfortunately, is looking quite bad out here in Northborough, which is unfortunate, as that means the live stream is probably going to be pretty bad. I am recording this, though, at the same time, so I'll have a fully recorded version of this broadcast that I can post later tonight. In the meantime, taking a look at the two teams coming into this contest, the visiting Brookline Warriors, shown with white jerseys with some dark blue stripes and red jersey numbers. They come into this contest with a 2-2 overall record for the season so far, ranked 5th in the most recent Division I power rankings that came out this morning. The Algonquin Titans seen over here on the left, with what appear to be some black and white jerseys with yellow jersey numbers. They come into this with a record of 3-0, ranked 2nd in Division I, trailing only Belmont, the other undefeated team. So the way the playoff structure works for girls rugby with only 7 teams in MIAA Division I is that the top 3 teams in the power rankings automatically make it, and then at least one more team will make it to the tournament. So the top 4, so it should be the top 4 in the power rankings will automatically make it, but the rule is that whoever falls outside the top 3 and has a record over 500 will make the dance. So Brookline, from the outside looking in, trying to score an upset win here on the road and get themselves up above 500 to give themselves a chance at home. So while the teams warm up, we are slated for a 5:30 start time. So assuming we start on time, we'll get started in about 11 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's take a look at the rosters coming into today. And interesting thing to note for anyone who is watching rugby for the first time is that in rugby, your jersey numbers are assigned basically right before the game because you wear a different jersey number based on what position you're playing. You know, so for those of you who might be more familiar with other sports, sort of harkens back to the old days of the original jersey numbers in Major League Baseball, back when they represented your spot in the batting order. Similar kind of idea. In rugby, it depends on what position you are playing. And to give you an idea of where in a scrum the positions line up, here's a little graphic I found online. The position, starting off wearing jersey number 1 and thus playing the loose head prop position for Brookline, a senior, Sarah Mottner-Maslin. Wearing number 2, playing the hooker position, a junior, number 2, Brooke Bottiglieri. Wearing number 3, playing the tight head prop position, a sophomore, Lila Hoffman. And then the 2 players playing the second, also known as the lock position. First, we have a junior, number 4, Molly England. Next, wearing number 8 and thus playing the position known as number 8. I guess when they were coming up with positions for rugby, they ran out of ideas. But anyway, playing the number 8 position for Brookline, a senior, Addie Anyausa. Next, wearing number 9, playing the scrum half position, a junior, Polly Merlis. Playing the fly half position and wearing number 10, a junior, Kathy Merlis. At the 2 wing positions, first we have a sophomore, number 11, Zara Johnson, and then a sophomore, number 14, Becky Winikoff. Next, playing the inside center position, and thus wearing number 12, a sophomore, Ivy Wheeler. And then playing the outside center position, and thus wearing number 13, a junior, Meredith Christ. And then rounding out the Brookline lineup, starting lineup that is, wearing number 15 and playing the fullback position, a senior, Larissa Anderson. And then the subs for Brookline wearing numbers 16 through 23. First, we have a sophomore, number 16, Isa Barabasi. A freshman, number 17, Sophia Treacy. A freshman, number 18, Ellie Haberkern. A freshman, number 19, Remy Fell. A junior, number 20, Monetsis Fields Sanders. A junior, number 21, Aurora Charbonneau. A junior, number 22, Maria Udalova. And a freshman, number 23, Zoe Arthur. Head coach of the Brookline High girls rugby team is Court McCrodden. So that is the starting lineup for Brookline. Now let's take a look at the starters for the hosting Algonquin Titans as we get ready to soon get this one underway. For Algonquin, wearing number 1 and playing the loose head prop position, Mackenzie Wood. Wearing number 2 and playing the hooker position, Liana Meehan. Wearing number 3, playing the tight head prop position, Mary Carmen M.C. Escobar. Playing the second row or lock positions, first number 4, Catherine Jordan, and then number 5, Grace Herdman. At the flanker positions, we have number 6, Niam McLaughlin, and number 7, Carly Gringus. Wearing number 8 and playing the number 8 position for Algonquin, Becca Correa. Wearing number 9 and playing the scrum half position, Ava Lefebvre. Wearing number 10 and playing the fly half position, Eleni Chacharon. At the wing positions, we have number 11, Fatima Bamba, and number 14, Abby Orr. Next, wearing number 12 and playing the inside center position, Adriana Russell. And then wearing number 13 to play the outside center position, is Taylor Doan. And then wearing number 15 and playing the fullback position, Gabby Lamuto. The subs for Algonquin, number 16, Abby Chaber. Number 18, Elise Preston. Number 19, Ika Borba. And number 25, Lauren Rosenkrantz. Head coach of the Algonquin girls rugby team is Emily Philbin. So we will soon get this one underway. The first of 2 35-minute halves here in this contest between Brookline and Algonquin. We are slated to start in about 3 minutes, give or take. You can see the Titans warming up over on our left. The Warriors huddled up over on our right. And well, it's a shame this one is not working for a nice broadcast that I can post the fully recorded version of later tonight. Fun fact, this is my first time broadcasting rugby. So I may not be as knowledgeable in this game as I am in some of the sports I typically cover, but I promise if the live stream were working, I would ask anyone with more knowledge of rugby than me to feel free to correct me or add information in the live chat, but with the bad Wi-Fi connection, that's just not going to happen. I mean, you never know. There could be a miracle, but I mean, we've dropped about 95% of frames. The stream is, the live is just not working. The Wi-Fi connection out here is just not lining up for me, and there are no other networks that I can connect to from this spot other than my phone hotspot, which is not delivering a strong enough connection right now out here in Northborough. So my apologies for that, but hopefully get a good stream regardless. So as of right now, it is 5:32, so we're a couple minutes behind schedule, but project to get started soon. Lost at home to Lincoln Sudbury, 27-12. Lost. So Brookline mostly staying consistent in the scoring department. Just one game where they've scored more than exactly 10 points. And so really the onus has largely been on their defense to keep their opponent out of the try zone. And that's certainly going to be a tough task when going up against one of the top teams in Division I. Algonquin coming in with a 3-0 record, ranked second in Division I. So we see the official meeting with a few of the players from both sides, presumably the captains. For Algonquin, I believe I see number 5, Grace Herdman. For Brookline, I see number 1, Sarah Mottner-Maslin. And a couple others whose jersey numbers are a bit obscured. All right, as the captains return back for Brookline, Sarah Mottner-Maslin and number 10, Kathy Merlis. For Algonquin, number 5, Grace Herdman, and number 15, Gabby Lemudo. All right, so the starting 15 coming out for both sides as we are about ready to get this one underway. It looks like Brookline is set to kick off to start the first half here. Kicking off for Brookline, number 13, Meredith Christ. And there's the drop kick. We are underway. Off the bounce, picked up by the Titans. Finding a hole to burst through. Brought down, that was number 12, Adriana Russell. Out of the ruck, it is kept with the Titans. Quick handoff, brought down quickly again. They're trying to stay with it. Good push in the ruck, and they start working it out the far side. And brought down again, pushing back and forth in the ruck. We've got a whistle. Looks like they're going to set up after the infraction. They're going to set up in a scrum. Advantage to Algonquin, so they'll be the ones to place the ball into the scrum. I think, or no, oh, they were pointing towards Brookline, so it's advantage Brookline. So he placed in by the scrum half, number 9, Polly Merlis. And either a false start or maybe Merlis placed the ball incorrectly. Scrum. Now it's rolled in. Out of the scrum, it is hooked back to Merlis. Toss it over to Kathy Merlis, who works out the far side. Brought down. Fighting in the ruck, and Brookline keeps it. Trying to move with it, I believe, was Brooke Bottiglieri. Taken down, we got a whistle. Setting up for the line out now. Throw in this line out. Got the ball now. Both teams setting up. Pull up their jumper, and they do. They get it into the jumper, number 4, Molly Engeland. Brookline trying to work near side. Number 13, Meredith Chris, dives forward, taken down. Trying to pass it off, does. Gets back to Polly Merlis. Toss out to the right. I believe that's Bottiglieri, who goes down now. Trying to pass it back. And Brookline does keep with it. Oh, but that toss errant, loose ball. Down on the ground. Whistle stoppage. Looked like a couple players fell on that one. It looks like they're going to set up for a scrum for Brookline. Number 5, Penny Waldron, was in on that one. For Algonquin, I think it was number 4, Catherine Jordan. Now they set up in the scrum. Brookline trying to hook it back, and they do, but disrupted on the toss. Aggressive defense by the Titans there. Big play. I didn't quite see who it was, but I think it was number 9, Ava Lefebvre, who disrupted that. And now Algonquin takes possession. Lefebvre taken down. Strong ruck protection by the Titans. Trying to power through was number 5, Grace Herdman. And now it's taken away by Brookline. Picked up now by Kathy Merlis. Tossed back to Bottiglieri. Bottiglieri tosses away to number 8, Addie Anyausa. Drags her body forward, taken down, picked up by Polly Merlis. Tossed to Kathy Merlis. Now further to the outside. Ball's juggled, lost. Going to the ground. As it looks like they will set up in the scrum again. Brookline mostly keeping this ball on the Algonquin side so far, but that's just the benefit. Ball is kept by the Titans. They try and work to the near side. Player taken down. And it looks like they called a violation on Brookline, and so Algonquin will get the free ball here. Number 13, they try to move to the near side. Runners taken down. That was Ivy Wheeler. Out of the ruck, Brookline tries working straight up the middle. And it's ripped away by the Titans. Taking off and running with it is number 6, Niam McLaughlin. A successful try. Trying to see the player's number. As McLaughlin moved that ball very well off of the takeaway. Big play there, and then ultimately diving across for the try. I am trying desperately. Titans lead as they get set up. Big takeaway in opposing territory, and a strong for the game's first try. And then Brookline setting to kick it away. Christ. Drop kick comes in short. Awkward bounce. It is picked up by the Titans. Running down the far side. Player goes down. Now the Titans trying to work towards the open side. Breaking through a hole and bursting forward and off to the races. I think this is McLaughlin again. The flanker McLaughlin having an excellent start to the game so far. Titans inch a little forward there. They set up for number 4, Jordan, who dives this or kick it away. And they decide to run with it as Kathy Merlis tosses. And now a breakaway chance. Running upfield. Cale Bundy trying to go all the way. Dragged down deep in Algonquin territory as Brookline trying to answer. Toss goes back to try. It's a bit hard to see down the far end who it was that got that one across, but it was Cale Bundy, a helpful fan here letting me know. And it was the flanker, number 6, Cale Bundy, who received that final toss. As Bundy really got to finish what she started with, a big breakaway run. Now Meredith Christ setting up for the conversion to try and tie us at 7. The kick up and sneaks over the crossbar. We are tied up at 7. Seven all off the successful try from Cale Bundy. And the successful conversion from Meredith Christ. For Algonquin, their try came, I believe, from the fly half. Number 10, Eleni Chatron, with the conversion coming from their flanker, Nyam McLaughlin. Running up the middle there was the fullback, Larissa Anderson. And we've got a whistle coming out of the ruck there. Advantage Algonquin out of that whistle. This deep in Brookline territory, I don't think they're going to kick. And they're not. Starting with it is McLaughlin trying to break through, finally taken down. Pass back, quick handoff. Doesn't go very far that time. They're trying to sneak it inside. As down on the ground, we got a whistle as Brookline was trying to disrupt the ruck there. Advantage Algonquin again. Some space to run. Close to the try line, picking up, trying to dive it across. And a handoff quick. Still very close, but not quite in the try zone yet. Trying to push through. Find the ball in that far corner for the fans in the stands here. Very, very difficult. As we've now got a whistle. Did Algonquin get in? I don't see any updates on the scoreboard. Oh, there it is. Successful try for Algonquin as they retake the lead. As for who scored that try, I wish I could say. That was a cluster of players over on the far corner there. But either way, Algonquin takes the 12-7 lead, and Nyam McLaughlin sets up for the conversion to try and make it 14-7. Two for two on conversions so far today as Algonquin takes the 14-7 lead. Almost to the midway point here in the first half with about 19 and a half minutes left before halftime. The Titans lead the Warriors 14-7. Christ with the drop kick, picked up by the Titans. Out of the Rockets, kept by Algonquin. Again, they try and work that inside, those inside holes. Slight breakthrough there. And now they're moving towards the open side. That pitch almost dropped, would have been disastrous for a couple players there. That was McKenzie ahead. Out of the Rockets, kept. They're working near side on the tight end. That was number 14, Abby Orr. Now a toss taken off the bounce by number 12, Adriana Russell. Is number 7, Kasaya Nwosu. Couple of tosses bursting through, extra lateral. Another lateral while being wrapped up. Finally going to the ground is number 4, Molly Engeland. Now Kathy Merlis tosses. I believe that is number 8, Addie Anyausa. Now Brookline trying to go for a bit of a back and forth here, and a hole kind of develops, bursting through briefly. Brookline staying with it. Anderson brought down. Loose ball, and we've got a whistle. Looks like Brookline gets the advantage, and it looks like they're going to go for the kick. But that one flies off the side of the foot. Probably not what they were looking for there. Although this does give Brookline the line-out opportunity. Not that far down the field as they might have been hoping for. Bottaglieri throwing it in. Off the jump, the throw misses completely, and it's going to be taken by the Titans. Out of the Rockets, picked up, handed off immediately, and immediately dragged down. Pass goes back. Bursting up the middle for a bit of a gain there was McLaughlin, who's had a strong day today. Now dragging tacklers is Ava Lefebvre. As they continue trying to inch forward. Hand off. Now they work it out the far side. Trying for one extra toss, and they do get it out. But finally taken down, and they're just quickly trying to move it there. Trying to quickly toss it back after being taken down. And now busting through the far side. Looks like, I think that was number 10, Chacharon, who's got one successful try already. And now he got close to the try zone. We saw this mad scramble once before. Algonquin was able to get in last time. There's a whistle here. Looks like advantage Algonquin. They're just going to try and dive it in. And it looks like that one got in. Looks like that one was good. Again, have an eye that time. So McLaughlin, who has been 2 for 2 on conversions so far, lines up to try and get this conversion. And this one also sails through. I am McLaughlin with 1 try and 3 conversions so far, representing 11 of her team's 21 points here in the first half. The Titans lead the Warriors 21-7. Less than 13 minutes left here in the first half. Drop kick, and off the short kick, it's brought forward by Ava Lefebvre. Handed off to number 5, Grace Herdman, as she bursts forward. Out of the ruck, picked up by Lefebvre, handed back. Now pitched back a couple of times. Brought down was Russell, but they work to the outside. A hard hit, but still the Titans staying with it. But Brookline takes it away. Out of the taken away from Brookline, that was Leela Hoffman. Now quick tosses out to the near side. Brookline brought down, trying to stay with it. Out of the rock, they do. Kathy Merlis tossed back, juggled, but recovered by Anyausa. And now we've got a whistle after Anyausa goes down. And it looks like they called the penalty advantage Algonquin. So Algonquin will be handing the ball into the scrum with a chance to take it away in Brookline territory. 11 minutes left in the half. Algonquin leads by 14. And Algonquin hooks it back. It's taken by Lefebvre. Tossed back, tossed out far side a couple times. And we got another whistle. And it'll be another scrum advantage Brookline this time. As Kathy Merlis sets up. It's rolled in. Brookline hooks it back to Merlis. Quick toss. They're working near side. Ball's dropped, picked up by the Titans. A big recovery for the Titans as they again take over. Trying to burst forward there. And again, as they take off running with it, bursting forward. I think this is McLaughlin again, trying to break through, finally taken down, and now Lefebvre. And Ava Lefebvre across the try line for another score. (26-7), Algonquin now leads Brookline. As McLaughlin will set up for another conversion. to try and make it 28. At least one try. Laughlin left. Makes it 28-7. So Niem. Brookline's had a little trouble with their drop kicks, not covering much distance. Past few kicks. There's the kick. Off a bounce. And now I'll draw the Brookline defense so they can then work to an open end on the near side, which is what they're doing here. Hard takedown there. And Algonquin again goes back to the inside game. Now they toss near side. Trying to break through is the wing, number 14, Abby Orr. Out of it, Lefebvre tosses back. And a bit of an opening found. And it was taken away by Brookline. And now taking off, running with it. Thought about the handoff, but Ivy Wheeler decides to keep it. Toss goes back. Hoffman does not get far off of that one. Out of the ruck. Stays with Brookline. Kathy Merlis back to Wheeler. Wheeler over to number 5, Penny Waldron. Down on the turf. Picked up once again by Kathy Merlis. A couple of tosses. Out to the far side. And ball's fumbled. And a whistle with just over 5 minutes left in the first half as that got chaotic off a dropped ball by the Warriors. Looks like it's going to be a scrum advantage to Algonquin. Clock's still running as they're trying to get this scrum set up properly. Now in it comes. It rolls all the way to the outside of the scrum, and that I'm guessing that's not allowed. As it was not properly hooked back. They're like, okay, let's try that one again. This time. Okay, now properly handled, hooked back by the Titans as they work down the far side. And off the tight end. They're still working on the inside on that tight side. Oh, but shaking off a couple of tackles, diving forward as they stay working the inside. Moving gradually towards the middle. Dangerous chance on the ruck, but it is kept by the Titans. Dragging it forward, I believe there was McLaughlin. And we got a whistle. Sounds like they called offsides on Brookline. Taking the ball here, I believe, is Taylor Dewan, and she's going to kick it out of bounds further down in Brookline territory. This will give the line-out chance for the Titans. We've only seen a couple of lineouts so far in this first half. Both of them were for Brookline, and we saw one lineout throw, and the throw is complete without even a jumper. Diving forward with that one, I think, was Correa. Now a couple of tosses out to the near side, or managed to get a couple laterals back, and that last one missed. Being chased down by the fullback, Lemuto does pick it up. Now tight zone here on the near side, or trying to dive forward with it. Has to get the ball out of the ruck, but it's picked up. And I think we're... And it's advantage Brookline as Kathy Merlis rolled that one in off the hook. It is controlled by Brookline, and they're just trying to inch it out of their own backyard here. Taking these short carries on the inside now. A big toss back and a kick into open space as that bounces out of bounds. And that's probably, and it will end the first half. Our score at halftime, the Algonquin Titans 28, the Brookline Warriors 7. For Brookline, their lone try scored by number 6, Cale Bundy. For Algonquin, 4 tries scored. And for Brookline, Meredith Christ 1 for 1 on hers. So during this halftime break, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of COVID, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And you can find that same information down in the description section down below. So we got about 7.5 minutes before we resume action in the second half. So I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I'll be back with second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan back on the mic here for the second half of today's high school varsity girls rugby contest between the hosting Algonquin Titans and the visiting Brookline Warriors. And now Algonquin setting up to kick things off here in the second half. Neom McLaughlin kicks it away, taken off a bounce by, I believe, Ivy Wheeler, who's taking off, running down the sideline for Brookline. Gains a significant amount of ground, finally dragged down near midfield. Good start for the Warriors. And a toss back to Adi Anyausa, the number 8, as she's taken down close to midfield. Out of the ruck, Brookline does keep it. Toss goes back to Meredith Christ. Toss back, Anyausa trying to burst through. Brookline trying to answer after a tough first half. And we got a whistle. And this violation's going to give it back to Algonquin as they kick it across midfield, get a favorable bounce. It is chased down by the fullback Larissa Anderson as she runs it. Brought down. Brookline could not keep the ball. It's taken away by the Titans. And now the Titans trying to fight forward for position. And again, we've seen this before. They go for those short bursts on the inside using their strength and leverage, but a fumble there. It is recovered, but the Titans are moved back as we got another whistle. Looks like they're going to set up the scrum. All right, advantage to Brookline as they roll this one in. And blow the whistle on that one. This one coming through. Taken down and out of the ruck. It is controlled still by Brookline. Bursting forward with it. Ball almost ripped away, but held on by the Warriors. As now a long toss back to Ivy Wheeler. They work towards the near side. Quick hit brings down the wings. Ira Johnson. Brookline keeps it now, trying to work back towards the middle. As taken down there was number 5, Penny Waldron. Now Anyausa trying to work it out the far side. Staying on her feet, finally dragged down. Brookline keeps it. Now trying to work back towards the near side as Bottiglieri, who fakes the toss, got a few inches there and now tosses it back to Anyausa. Anyausa brought down and now Kathy Merlis tosses it back. I think that's Wheeler. Didn't have much wheres to go. Now trying to sneak out with it is number 7, Kasaya Nwosu. Brookline trying to work it from the far side. They are keeping possession. Anyausa's got a hole. Adi Anyausa bursts ahead for a big gain for Brookline. Out of the ruck, Merlis tosses it out. They try and go near far side again, but Bottiglieri taken down. Now a toss Out to Wheeler. That toss juggled by Johnson, but she recovers now. She loses the ball. Ball was knocked loose. It was recovered by Abby Orr. Oh, no, we've got an injured player down. Ooh. Boy, in a sport like rugby, you see players, hitting the ground constantly and even staying down there just to, get the pass off properly after being taken down. So it's not all that surprising when someone goes down and doesn't immediately get back up, but oh boy. Okay, player's been helped to her feet. It is number 14, Abby Orr, who had just recovered for the takeaway for Algonquin. But when taken down as the ball carrier, I don't know, something must have went wrong. But while she is showing she is looking a little hobbled walking off, she is still walking off on her own power. No arms around anyone else. That's a good sign, in my complete amateur opinion. And certainly, no matter who you're rooting for the best case scenario for Abby Orr as she walks off. As we see a new player running out onto the field as they get ready for the scrum. Advantage Algonquin as they roll it in, and they hook it back. Lefebvre tosses it back. to Chacharon, and a couple of tosses out to the far side as they starting to find a bit of running room. Toss goes back. I think that's Chacharon who gets taken down. Another quick handoff, bursting through the middle. I believe that's McLaughlin. Niam McLaughlin, what a day she's been having out of the flanker position. Quickly they toss it out to the far side. It's juggled, dropped, loose ball. Oh, and I think that one might have been aimed at the substitute who came in place of Orr. You know, it can be tough to connect on those quick pitches, especially with someone who you haven't, you know, been playing the whole game with as a starter. Just under 26 minutes left here in the second half. Algonquin still leads Brookline 28-7 as we get set for a scrum. Advantage to Brookline as they're trying to dig it out of their own end. We got a whistle as they'll reset the scrum there. And uh-oh, this one is ripped away by McLaughlin out of the end and brings it across the try line once again. Ball was rolled in and Brookline failed to hook it. And Niam McLaughlin takes advantage for what is at least her second try of the day. Again, there was one try unaccounted for that I wasn't able to see back in the first half. But McLaughlin with at least 2 tries today. As she now sets up for her 5th conversion attempt. She's been perfect off her first 4. This kick off the post, no good. She was kicking from a difficult angle there, and the wind might have caught that one just a bit as it was blowing a bit forward, but also a bit into McLaughlin's face as she was kicking from almost a sideways angle. Might have thrown her off on that kick. Her first missed conversion today as Brookline now kicks it away. It is a 33-7 advantage now for Algonquin. Now Algonquin again trying to pile through the inside. And now a couple of quick tosses. It's out to the near side as number 12, Adriana Russell, managed to get a handoff out to number 5, Grace Herdman. Now bursting forward, number 3, MC Escobar. Another quick inside run. Doesn't get anywhere that time. And now they try and toss it out wide. Up kick that time goes almost straight up in the air. Wind caught it a bit, but it's picked up by Brookline. I believe that was number 1, Sarah Moutner-Maslin, who picked up that kick. That did not travel very far, but we do have a whistle. And Brookline gets the free ball here. We'll see if they try and go for a kick to give themselves a line-out chance. Nope, they're just going to carry it. And Yausa brought down. Now Kathy Merlis tosses it back. Bottiglieri. Now they try going the other way. Waldron taken down rather quick. Now to Wheeler and quickly out to Anderson. Anderson juggled but recovered by Anderson herself, and she cuts back towards the middle. Larissa Anderson, some heads-up play there to give Brookline some movement forward. Long toss back, Wheeler. And then Waldron dived ahead. We got a whistle. Oh no, we've got another Algonquin player down hurt. This time the clock has been stopped at 20 minutes and 56 seconds here in the second half. As they check on the injured Titans player. We saw Abby Orr come off with an injury. She was ultimately replaced by number 16, Abby Chaber. All right, this player rising to her feet under her own power. Testing the leg a bit. And again, walking off a little tenderly, but ultimately walking off on her own power, as that is number 1, Mackenzie Wood. So out of the injury stoppage, it looks like it's going to be a free ball for Brookline. Here we go, tossed back to Anyausa, further back. Anderson to Winnikoff. Winnikoff barrels ahead. Out of the ruck, Merlis tosses back to Anyausa again. Anyausa brought down. They barely managed to get out of the ruck, back to Merlis. Now to Wheeler, toss juggled but recovered by a Brookline sub number 16, Isa Barabasi. Now another toss juggled by Brookline. This time, McLaughlin takes advantage and takes it away for Algonquin. Couple of missed connections on the laterals there for the Warriors. And the Titans taking full advantage. Strong tackle there from Anyausa, but it does stay with Algonquin. Trying to break through there, I think was Lefebvre. Out of the ruck, they try and pile ahead, I think with quick takedown by Wheeler. Titans keep it. Lefebvre dragging a couple of tacklers with her for some extra yards. Now number 4, Jordan, trying to find an opening. Jordan bursting through, but ultimately taken down. Now tossed back, McLaughlin barreling forward and in. Nia McLaughlin has been nigh unstoppable for the Titans as she scores what is at least her 3rd try so far. Saw what looked to be a Brookline player a little shaken up there, but everything looks okay as McLaughlin will line up for another conversion. McLaughlin's just got that quick burst of speed and power to match it. That makes her a great choice for a finisher when the team is close to the try zone. Her conversion is good. Nia McLaughlin, 5 of 6 on conversions so far today as she gives the Titans a 40-7 lead. Kick from Brookline. Being run back. And finally the runner taken to the ground. Titans trying to work near side. Brought down was Jordan. Now Lefebvre, quick pitch back, bursting through the middle is number 7, Carly Gringus. Now a handoff juggled, but ultimately controlled by Escobar. Now a long pitch back. Chacharon to Russell to now McLaughlin. Nia McLaughlin again taking off. Finally brought down, but not before getting the Titans deep into Brookline territory once again. Now powering forward, I believe that's Correa. And now a toss back, trying to edge around was the wing. I think that was Abby Orr back in the game. And Abby Orr, who earlier this game limped off the field, she is back in and into the try zone to give Algonquin the 45-7 lead. McLaughlin. So 5 for 7 on the conversions so far for McLaughlin. As again, when forced to kick from that almost side-on angle, that's really been the only angle she hasn't been able to hit those conversions from. 45-7, Algonquin leads with just under 15 minutes to go. Off the drop kick, it's picked up by Escobar. Escobar driving forward, brought down. Loose ball taken away by Brookline. Heads up takeaway by Brookline in the Algonquin end. Pitch goes back to Wheeler and across as Barabasi gets taken down. Brookline trying to keep it, but a powerful push on the ruck by the Titans. And I think we might have an infraction called against Brookline there. We do. And Algonquin's going to take off running with it. This is Lefebvre. Now Escobar takes it. Drags a couple tacklers forward with her. Now it's tossed back. Shaking out one tackle, finally brought down. Now handoff bursting up the middle, nowhere to go as Anyausa wraps up Herdman. Thought about one way, went the other way, and I think they might have called a violation on Algonquin that time. That pitch might have gone a little bit forward. And so it will be a scrum, advantage to Brookline on the scrum as Kathy Merlis sets up to roll the ball in. Out of the scrum, hooked back by Brookline, and Yausa brought down quick. As Brookline tries to get it set up in the ruck. Again, aggressive play on the ruck by the Titans as that one punted straight up in the air. Loose ball picked up by Bottiglieri. Brookline keeping possession for now, and we've got a whistle. Just over 12 minutes left in this one. Looks like it'll be another scrum, advantage to Brookline again. Ball's rolled in, hooked by Brookline, almost not recovered, but it was recovered by Kathy Merlis. And now Anyausa takes it a couple yards, looking for a pass back, but it's ripped away by Lefebvre. As now Algonquin moving with it again. And now Brookline with a chance to kick. And it's kicked straight out of bounds, so Brookline will get the line out. Will get the line out. So setting up to throw the line out is Bottiglieri. We've seen Brookline have a couple of these. Down. Trying to pitch it towards the middle. That one got away, but recovered. Going down fast on that one was number 20, Monetsis Field Sanders. Now Brookline trying to push up the middle. Finally brought down was Barabasi. Now a pitch back, Wheeler. Wheeler pitches it back, juggled and lost, and a whistle as Johnson was struggling to collect that pitch. And it will actually be a free ball for Brookline. Christ going to try for the kick again. And it did go out of bounds, looks like. And so this will be another side in for Brookline. Eight minutes left to play in this one. The result's pretty much certain at this point, but Brookline still playing this one out. Trying to get as far as they can, maybe get in the try zone a second time. Off the throw, it was close. Both jumpers had a play on the ball there. Looks like Brookline's come out with it. Quick toss, lost. Some disruption from the Titans, knocked that pass loose, and now Algonquin. Now working down the near side. Breaking through briefly was number 15, Gabby Lemuto, but now it's taken away by Brookline. Merlis taken down, but gets it back to Anderson, to Botaglieri, and to Anyausa. Brought down hard. Anyausa trying to pass it back, does get it back to Merlis. Tosses back to Field Sanders. Field Sanders trying to push forward. Now another toss back to Wheeler. Ivy Wheeler gets some decent yardage there, but is brought down. Out of the ruck, Brookline barely recovers, gets the ball back to Botaglieri. Botaglieri shakes off one tackle, now pitches back to Anyausa. Anyausa trying to break a couple tackles, push forward. She does. Out of the ruck, trying to pass back, but Brookline is losing that ruck. And we got a whistle. Looks like it was I think it was an offsides call against Brookline. And now free ball for Algonquin. This one kicked out by Taylor Doan. Or Doan. And so it'll be a line out for the Titans. This one thrown again, no jumper, but they do complete the pass as Correa dragging players forward. Now a couple of pitches. And out of the attempted tackle, and it's extra pitch back to Chacharon. Now out of the ruck, handed off. I think this is McLaughlin trying to dive it forward. And she is in once again. Nia McLaughlin once again in for Algonquin, makes it a 50-7 lead with 4.5 left to play. McLaughlin's kick straight through. Easy angle on that kick after scoring near the middle of the try zone. Made for a much easier conversion that time, as she is now 6 of 8 on her conversions thus far. So 3 minutes left to go here in Northborough. Advantage Brookline. Off the roll in, Brookline trying to hook it, but it's very close. A couple players got their hands on it, and McLaughlin takes it away for Algonquin. We got a whistle just as Brookline was about to disrupt the pitch, and it looks like we're going to set up for another scrum. But with just a minute and a half left to play and a running clock, that's not going to leave them with much time to do much of anything unless they're able to set that one up fast. Now it's rolled in. Brookline does manage to hook it back to Anyosa. Anyosa, 35 seconds left to play, and Brookline strips it right back. But a whistle is blown. And I think they're just going to call it there. With 26.3 seconds left and a whistle blown, wasn't enough time left on the clock for them to get going to do it. Win High Titans 52, the Brookline High Warriors 7. Well, early on we had a little bit of back and forth as Algonquin scored its first try to go up 7-0 on a try by Eleni Chotins. And some good sportsmanship here between the two teams. That's plenty to be appreciated. But Algonquin further cements its spot as the second-ranked team in Division I and improves to 4-0 on the year, while Brookline falls to 2-3. Well, I'd like to thank you all for watching this broadcast, probably watching it back recorded after the fact. To you for tuning in. If you enjoy this broadcast, be sure to travel out to Wellesley Sunday morning at 11 a.m. for a makeup game. I'll have both of those covered and plenty more. We got a couple more rugby matches on the docket before this season ends, so be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say about this broadcast, you can say it in the comment section down below. And be sure to check out the description section of this video where you can find a link and phone number for our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. You can also find some links related to me, which you can also find in the bottom right corner of your screen. My personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or if you want to skip past all that, you can email me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And you can follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams.